Hey, thanks for joining in. And we're down here in my archery shop. As you can tell on the back wall, we have some trophies and different buck that I've shot. Some of the small, I got others up in the house, but some of the smaller bucks and things that I've shot, and some of my father-in-law's buck that he shot when he was younger, and my first buck, and some different things and pictures of us hunting. And then also on the other side of me there, I used to shoot for Bowtech back in my 30s, which was a long time ago. And then some hats that are signed by Jackie Cottle. I don't know how many may remember him. He's still shooting, but I shot with him in a professional amateur type thing. Him and I in a competition together. We were a team, and I got him to sign my hat. Great guy. And Jamie Van Natta, I shot with her at one of the Lancaster Classics back when it was at the shop, and I got to meet her, and she was great too. But I got her signed those, and some other trophies that we won as a four-man team there, and a couple of the Sportsman Show trophies. The one I won this year, and then the other one a couple of years ago, and some plaques and trophies, and you can see all the ribbons. President of the Cumberland Valley Archery League here in Pennsylvania. They're ribbons from me, my daughter, and my son over the years as we were able to have a good time and share archery together as a family. So, and some pictures up above there, the guys that we have a group of guys that go out and shoot and compete for different little trophies. We have two, one for 3D, and then we have one for the techno hunt inside that we used to shoot when I could shoot bow. Loved to shoot my bow, but came to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. But anyway, that's the back wall there, my backdrop, and have a long history in archery, and I just love the sport. And just thankful that now I can shoot crossbow and still compete and have a good time and still be able to hunt at 60 years old, and thankful for my health that I can do that. But I'd like to do a review of the Deepower lighted nock, and this nock is the 300 thousandths. There's no insert with this. I like that better because it just fits right in the shaft, but these are the 300 thousandths because that's the bolts that I shoot. The zombie slayers are 300 thousandths, and you can get them in 300 thousandths. That's what I buy. That's what we're reviewing here. But they work on a plunger system, as you can see. Hopefully you can see that. There's a little plunger there. And then they have an on-off switch. The newer ones have an on-off switch. And when the crossbow goes off, it pushes it down, and they're bright. I don't have a problem seeing them in the daytime. They're a clear material. Never had one break, never had one push through a crossbow bolt. And I've been using these for probably 3 years now, but I'll give you some stats on them. They're 36 grains, so they are a little bit heavier than your regular half moon nock, and they are half moon. They're not super deep. Did a review on the Black Eagle aluminum nocks, and they're not quite as deep as like a Luminock or those Black Eagle nocks, but they are deep enough. I've never had any trouble with them out of my Barnett TS380. I would not recommend using these in any of the very, very narrow crossbows. Always use the manufacturer's recommended nock. You'll be able to use these, a standard half moon nock. I've never had any trouble with my Barnett TS380 or some of the other crossbows that I've had. But for the super narrow crossbows, I would use the recommended manufacturer's Nock in those. So I'm not telling you to use these in something they're not to be used in. But these are 300 thousandths inside shaft diameter. That's 7.62 millimeters. Sometimes when you look, they have them in millimeters, but that's a 7.62 millimeters, a 300 thousandth shaft. They fit tight. You don't have to use any glue. I've never had any of them move or anything. Again, they do have the on and off switch, which is very nice. No more, you don't have to use the tip of your arrow or anything to turn them on and off. They're as easy as just clicking them off. Actually, I did have one break. I think the first deer I shot with them, the black button broke off. That's the only one I've had break off. I shot the 4 deer with them this year, and I did not have any of the black buttons break off. So I've had less problems with that than more. So I really like the little black button. A lot easier turning them on and off. So I did have one break. That would be a con to these, that they can break off. They come in blue, red, green, and then you can get them in a strobe that turns, I think those 4 different colors. So you can get them in that. They are $15.99 for 6. If you're on a budget, this would be a great Nock if you can shoot a half moon Nock out of your crossbow. I do not shoot these out of my 10-point Venom X. I shoot the Alpha HP Nock with the bushing. This is a great choice. Like I said, I've never had any trouble. They always work. I've never had one not turn on. I'm not saying that you won't, but I'm just telling you the experience I've had with them. You can go on to Lusk Archery, and I believe he does a review of these in a regular compound bow Nock, but it's the same company, the Deepower company. They say that it has a 48-hour battery life, and I've had these for 2-3 years. I think I had one that it's like real dim. Now I don't use them a lot. I'll shoot them out at the range and then turn them off every time, but just from sitting around, they still work. The one I have, I still use it as a practice bolt, so I don't have to keep turning on and off. So you can keep them when they do go dead, just keep them for practice nocks, and that way you don't have to use your new nocks. So just an idea. But these are a great choice if you can shoot half moon nocks. They work great. They're accurate. I've not had any accuracy problems with them. And so if you're looking for a good lighted Nock that's just basic, straightforward Nock, then this may be a good option for you. But I have only good to say about them. I'm sure some of you have had other experience with them. If you use these, let a comment about how well you like them, or if you have a negative comment, go ahead and leave a negative comment about any experience you've had with these, so that we can know what we can expect. But like I said, really the only problem I've had with them is the one black button broke off, and you can still use it. You just have to click it on and off with something. You have to reach in and click it on and off like the old ones were. So they're still usable. It just must have hit a bone or something, or it hit it just right, and it just sheared it off inside there. But the Nock still worked. So one of the other things that I've had a con with these, 2 of them that got blood inside, and I actually rinsed it out, and they work fine. That's just been my experience. So some blood must have got underneath the thumb button, or went through the top, through the plunger. But like I said, I ran it underwater and it cleaned it out. Took the Nock out of the arrow and cleaned it out, and they still work. So if you've had the same experience, leave a comment and let us all know. I think these are a great option for someone who's on a budget. If you want to spend more money on lighted nocks and get something, that's great. Like I said, I'm going to use a Luminock this year. The only reason is for the weight. These are 36 grains and the Luminocks are 27 grains, which they weigh the same as my Black Eagle aluminum nocks. So I'm going to give them a try, see how they work, the Burt Coyote Luminocks. They're a great knock. I've seen a lot of good about them, but they weigh the same, so I don't have to change my setup at all. And I'm going to try those, and if they work well. But that's the only reason I'm switching from these is because of the weight. To have my arrows the same weight. So they'll only be maybe a grain off. Give these a try. I'm not being paid by anybody. I buy this stuff all on my own. And but I wanted to do a review of these. If you're looking into getting a lighted knock and this fits your bill, go ahead and give them a try. Hey, for $16 for 6 of them, you know, you're not out 40, 45, 50 bucks. If they don't work for you, you can give these a try. They are bright. I like green. I think it's the easiest for me to see. That may be different for you. They're really easier to find in the mountain after you shoot your deer. And they stay lit long enough. If they stay in the deer, you're going to be able to see them if you're tracking at night or in the evening or early in the morning. You'll be able to see these. So either way, they're a good choice. I do not hunt without a lighted knock. Crossbows are too fast, and I like to see where I hit the deer. I video everything as well, as you know, for the channel, and so I can see where I hit the deer, but you can tell where you hit the deer with the lighted knock. That is a benefit because you think you know where you hit it if you even see the bolt go. For you guys that are shooting 400, 450, 475, 500 feet per second, sorry, but you're not going to see that bolt without a lighted knock. They're just too fast, and things happen too quick in the woods. And so a lighted knock is a super benefit for knowing where you hit that deer. And then if you do video, you can go back and you can see where that bolt entered that deer. So they are a great benefit. So hopefully this helps you out. Hey, please subscribe, like, and share. We'll try to hit that 100. We're at 95 right now, and I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.